Hey, Bob Coppage, Crush Shield Geeks, CEO, Simplex IT, all that kind of fun stuff. I want to talk about the virus. Not about the virus specifically because I am no expert. I'm not. I'm an IT guy, I'm a geek. But I want to talk about one of the strategies that a lot of organizations are looking to do to help keep going throughout this ordeal. That is specifically working from home, employees working from home. And some companies already have in place their strategies, their technologies, their infrastructure to do this. Yay, kudos to them. Others, not so much. And we want to talk about organizations that want to hurry up and rush to implement some work from home technologies. We're going to do this webinar on Monday, March 16th from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern. It's a free webinar. There's a URL there to register for it, RSVP. And what we're going to talk about is really for organizations, small to medium businesses, what are the options in order to quickly implement some work from home strategies? And also, what are the risks for doing the same? So, we're going to basically cover three topics. What are the technologies? What are the technologies that can be relatively easily implemented to allow your employees from home or wherever to connect and do work, to add value? Things like VPN, remote desktop, file sharing, that kind of thing. We're going to cover that, but then we're also going to cover collaboration. How do you maintain people working together on projects when they're not together? So we're going to talk about some of the collaboration tools, many of which you may already have, like Office 365, Teams. But we're also going to talk about some other options, all that kind of fun stuff. So we're going to talk about collaboration, how they can still work together on projects. Then third, and perhaps most importantly, we're going to talk about planning. How do you plan your version of working from home? And what I mean by that is a couple of things. Is how do you make sure that value is being added? Because it's one thing for people to say, yeah, but working from home, yeah, I'm hardly working. I mean, working hardly. I mean, hard, whatever. How do you actually measure productivity? And how do you just not do all of this make work stuff if the people's actual value that they're adding, requires certain access to resources that are on site? So there's that. Also, what risks are you willing to take? Bring your own device. If people are going to be using their home computers to access corporate resources, does that create some kind of problem in case their antivirus isn't up to date or patching or the like? So, what kind of corporate resources can you bring to bear on that, or do you want to, or do you need to? Also, how do you deal with corporate culture? Because corporate culture isn't always there in place so that people will be as productive when they're not being watched, not being monitored. So, how are you going to make sure that happens, that continues to happen? And then also, how does this deal with your suppliers and your customers in terms of what they may be doing that affects how they deal with you and how they work with you and your employees? We want to talk about all those sort of things, and we're going to do so in our traditional way. We're not going to be selling anything. We'll certainly be offering our services to organizations who need this kind of help. And it's not going to be way too technical, but we are going to be talking about some technical topics. You should then be able to work with your own IT provider or us in case you have questions to implement this kind of stuff. So again, March 16th from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern, that's a Monday, simplex-it/event/work. Love to see you there. This is Bob Coppage, Crush Shield Geek. See you later. Not face to face. Not face to face. I don't want to see you now face to face. But not now. We'll edit that out.